Wow, the crowd just keeps on growing. Are they all helping with the decoration?
It would seem so. Preparation for the festival is in full force.
Ah, I found the nun. She's over there. She's got a bunch of people around her, though. What should we do? Dosuru?
I'll force my way through.
How about plan B this time? Michelle! Are you alright, Michelle? You went down pretty hard.
I can't wait for when you say that to me for real when it's just the two of us.
Oh, you're such a weakling, dearest Michelle. I don't weigh that much. Not enough to knock you over jumping on your back. Knock you over jumping on your back.
You gave me no time to brace myself.
Pish posh, my Mel would have had no problem catching me, and then he would have spun me around like a princess at a ball.
Unreasonable doesn't even begin to describe your expectations. Are you sure you should be running around like that? I thought you were in rather poor health.
Amazingly, I'm actually feeling pretty good, and I haven't even had any medicine today.
Maybe is a hard word to say fast when there's a consonant right next to it.
Maybe because I cleared things up with my Mel yesterday. I cried my eyes out last night, but I feel better now.
I'm glad to hear it. They do say health is as much mental as it is physical. So you might keep getting better if you stay positive. Just don't push yourself.
Why, thank you for your concern, my dearest Michelle. She's taken quite a... Oh my... Sorry, it's been a while. She's taken quite a liking to you. How do you like that? It's nice, isn't it?
I'm more not sure how to react.
Oh, just go along with it. You know you want to. Ah, I wish I could be there too. I want to pat that sweet little head of hers.
What do you think she is, a cat? Now that she's opened up, though, I will admit she is rather sweet.
Oh, there you are, Nellie. Don't run off like that. You scared me. It's not my fault you lost sight of me, dearest Mel. I'll try to keep a better eye on you. So you came to check out the courtyard, Michelle? You know, you really stand out from the crowd. You're so pale I could tell it was you from way off in the distance.
I am well aware of how conspicuous I am. But everyone's acting so unconcerned, it's honestly kind of disconcerting.
I can't say people don't think you look... wait, what?
What? I can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of... Okay, that's just weird to reiterate that so soon.
I can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of you or anything. It's not it's not easy looking different from everyone else, is it? Sometimes, man, like, this game's localization is on the whole fantastic. But there are sometimes, like, these Japanese to English pitfalls the localizers fall into, which, I mean, is pretty understandable. It's a long-ass text. I would know fucking transcribing it by hand for my fan project, because there's no readily available full script online that I could find of the full text. But yes, overall it's very well done. Tip my hat to them. But, you know, just those rare instances I'm like, oh, there's a hiccup there.
It comes with its disadvantages, yes.
And she
would have had to deal with the same thing. That's another thing I regret. I wish I could have treated her more like a regular person. I guess I just wasn't mature enough to accept her. You spent much of your life in a very sheltered environment, so it's only human that you would have difficulty accepting something that didn't fit within your view of the world. That doesn't make you a bad person. Regardless, you did treat her like a regular person. That's the reason she accepted your invitations to go on walks.
I guess. Question. You know what she looks like, right?
I do.
What did you think the first time you saw it? I know that's not the most tactful question, but...
I thought nothing of it. I simply saw her as a person, as a girl.
I see. Well, what do you know? It looks like I am the bad guy. A bad guy. And you're a right saint.
No, I've simply seen much worse.
You know, you kind of remind me of her.
I do.
I mean, you're much more personable than her, but... Oh, what's the word? It's not just the way you look. But there's something a little different than everyone else about you. Like an aura or something. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But I mean, like yesterday, you were talking like a prophet. I'm almost beginning to think that maybe you really did see a vision from God.
Enough with all the grown-up talk already. You lost me ages ago.
Yeah, sorry.
Who cares if Michel is a saint or a prophet or the archangel himself? Michel is my second brother. Besides, he doesn't look at all that weird to me. The saintess is probably just an ordinary girl, too. I'm big enough now that I won't think badly of her no matter what she looks like.
You are, yeah.
And when she's free and feeling better again, maybe we can get together and bake something. That would be lots of fun. She'll forgive you, I'm sure of it.
You know, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this so loudly. Wouldn't want anyone to overhear us.
Oh, right, sorry. But everyone's so busy prepping for the festival, I'm sure we're fine.
Better safe than sorry, though.
As you say, dearest Mel. So, Michel, are you going to help with prep?
No, I was hoping I could find some time to talk with the nun.
With all the people coming and going, she's going to have her hands full until the festival starts.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Isn't that important you talk with her?
She may be able to give us information that could assist in acquiring the second key.
The second key? You're not saying she's involved too, are you?
By my estimation, she doesn't know anything. She is, however, very much connected to the swordsman. Much like you acted to help your sister, I believe the nun is his driving force.
Are you serious? I find that hard to believe. I mean, she's such a loving, charitable woman. And he's, well, a savage brute. A murderer.
It has to be her, though. Have you ever seen the two of them acting particularly close?
Never. She's kind to everyone. I've seen them talking once or twice, sure. But she wasn't acting any differently than she does around anyone else. It certainly doesn't seem like they had anything going on.
Maybe they're hiding it. Surely there's something between them.
I would certainly presume so.
Nuns aren't allowed to be romantically involved, so they could be having secret trysts.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't always the case. Was it the case in this time period? I feel like it was a bit later than that, right? Right? Am I fucking up history again? My impression was it was sort of around Renaissance times where that was a thing, where when the Catholic Church like really fucking had its boom. I don't know.
A forbidden romance. How exciting. So you need to talk with her then, Michelle? Leave it to me.
You can do it?
Well, right now she's showing people how to make she's showing people how to make the decorations.
Wait, you can do it? Leave it to me. You can do it? That's also a bit of a... Might have wanted to translate that as something else. Leave it to me. You can do it. Dekiru? Dekiru kana? Dekiru ka? I don't know.
Well, right now she's showing people how to make the decorations, weaving straw into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take her place teaching for a while. For a little.
I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offering to help, it's me.
There's a bunch of them already done, like over there, hanging off the tree branches. Can you make those?
They're very intricately designed.
You'd have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach people how. You should take her up on her offer.
You're right. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated.
You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk, so just hold tight. And you, dearest Mel, are coming with me. You get to help make decorations.
I'm no good at this stuff, though.
Nope. I said you're coming, and that's all there is to it. With me as your teacher, you'll be a pro in no time.
Yeah, alright. You in? Let's go.
Nellie seems to be in good shape, and it doesn't look like last night caused any problems for them. I'm relieved.
Hopefully, they can continue down this path.
They'll be fine, I'm sure.
I pray that they will be. Now, we should have a little time before the nun is available to talk, so I would really like to find some shade.
Is it pretty bright out today?
I thought you could see through my eyes.
I can, yes. I can see what's going on, just not as clearly as you. Not enough to tell how strong the sun is, for example.
I see.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I say, but the backs of my eyes are starting to hurt. 2 days now with hardly a cloud in sight. Those are clouds.
That was a lovely transition.
Ah, there you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
No worries. I apologize for pulling you away from your duties at such a busy time.
God, this song is so nostalgic, man. Just even more so than the Rhodes music, the Door 1 music. It just makes you think of better times.
After that little
I almost read sunrise.
After that little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say.
I do. Something very important. And if possible, I would like to discuss it with you somewhere more private.
Let me guess. You're going to propose to me? Now you should know better than that. I am a servant of God the Father. He is the only companion I am permitted to have.
No, I just want to...
I know, I'm kidding. I just wanted to tease you a bit. I can't be away for very long, though, all right?
I will do my best to keep it short.
Okay, let's head inside and find a room then.
After you. May I ask you something, Giselle?
What? Yes, what is it?
Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me?
No. No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea?
If you say so.
All right, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I am here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly. Tell me anything and everything. Within the parameters of what my Christian ears will want to hear.
You're a nun. You should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I actually want to talk to you. I actually want to talk about you, rather than myself.
About me?
Or, you, or the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you acquaintances with that Asian swordsman?
The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What?
I was under the impression you were quite intimate with him.
Did someone tell you we were?
No, that was just the feeling I had.
Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you were probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one.
There's something between you two, though.
What do you mean, something between us? Maybe you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation to keep her church His primary motivation is to keep her church running, after all.
Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation?
Is he... what? Did he tell you he was?
He did.
Oh, really? That's a little... No, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever see him talking to anyone. Are you friends with him?
Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word.
Ah, well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow.
Are you really not close with him at all?
Nope. So if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have to be out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more.
Gratitude for...
A while back he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This was when I wasn't all the way out here, but at a church in the city.
There were other nuns there too, as I recall.
Right. We also served as an orphanage, so it was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it is our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need, which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment, I just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there.
You're Pauline, though, aren't you?
No, my name is Marie.
Marie? How can that be? How can she not be her?
Marie. That sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door. But I don't think they're the same person.
I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mel's and Nellie's were, which just made us think they all would be.
That's true.
And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mel and Nellie. Although in Morgana's story, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. Was he not referring to this woman?
I should get back down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help with the preparations too.
1 second.
Hmm?
There's absolutely nothing going on between you?
Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. I said there's nothing, and there's nothing. I said there's nothing, and there's nothing.
What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk with her. Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get him to tell me his story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key?
Maybe you could try talking to him with Mel there? The two of you together could convince him to give up his key.
When I encountered his shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I had mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head from my shoulders on the spot.
Then, should we try to find the Lord first instead?
I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them.
Happy now? I should really get going.
Hold on, just one last thing.
Yes?
Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower?
The tower? Why?
Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone imprisoned at the top of it.
What?
They've locked up a girl with miracle blood.
It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that.
I am not joking. The medicine you are handing out, that's real human blood.
What proof do you have?
I have someone else who can corroborate my story.
And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth?
When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest proof is his key.
Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone's being imprisoned here. Your claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself.
I had a burp rising up throughout that entire spiel, so let me try that again.
Your claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself.
Open the door and you can see for yourself.
I can't. I don't have the keys.
And does that not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think they may be hiding something?
No, because I know what's being kept in the tower.
You know?
The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because the church is less likely to be broken into than his manor. He stores his money and valuables there because the church is less likely to be broken into than his manor.
Circumstances are different for this playthrough, but voice acting 101, remember people, always read through before you start voicing. When you're sight reading, when you're doing anything, read it through, know what you're saying before you say it. His money.
Even thieves fear God. So you can understand why he would want to keep his property safe.
Does that actually make sense, though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire guards.
He doesn't like keeping guards around.
Why not?
Haven't you heard? There have been several failed assassination attempts. The Lord is not a bad man. He can just be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make a man enemies, some of whom want to see him dead. And keeping his wealth at hand only increases that risk. Now are you satisfied?
Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in the tower. He's got it.
Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about?
What?
Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord, who has been supporting me in this church, or you, who showed up out of nowhere demanding me to open the door?
I'm telling the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower.
I'm sorry, and I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the guards. I really must be going now.
The swordsman. He helped imprison the girl in the tower. So we could keep the money necessary. So we could get the money necessary to keep your church up and running. Get is a really weak word there. So we could get the money necessary. So we could procure, so we could obtain, so we could earn. Not get, come on. With your help, we could stop this.
Take some time to cool off. Would it have killed her to be a little more open-minded? I really hope she considers the possibility we're telling the truth, even just a little bit.
Is she so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much? Or is her trust in the swordsman? Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. I think I'll head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move.
That's a good idea. And there might be something Mel and Nellie can do to help too.
Perhaps. With the nun denying any involvement with the swordsman, and him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall, standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. As to how to go about crossing the wall. I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall, standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. The things he did then were undeniably inhuman, which makes me wonder if his perspective on these events would have any influence on Morgana's perception of him. If at all, a positive influence seems the less likely. Wait, yeah. Was he man, or was he beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it he truly desired? If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was?
Blinding sunlight drags me from my thoughts. A radiance brighter, more intense than any I've been under today. Or rather, it's probably more my mind interpreting it that way because my eyes can't handle anymore. In a matter of moments, all I can see is white.
Michelle, are you all right?
I feel a sharp pain, like someone's yanking at the back of my eyes. I'm fine. I just need some shade. Giselle's voice fades away. From somewhere, I think I can hear her calling my name, but instead of... I'm so sorry. But instead of sound, all that reaches me is more pain. Then the world starts tilting toward me. No, not the world. It's me who's falling.
Michelle! Oh shit. What did she say? Did she not say anything? Oh no, she's not. Okay. I wanted the art of that fade out transition, but I trampled all over Giselle's emotions.
I'm not at the mansion. Where am I?
You're awake.
Morgana, what are you doing here?
Interesting place to play this track.
Does my appearance disturb you? That is to be expected, I suppose. I am hardly what you would call attractive, after all.
Morgana.
How do you know my name?
How do I know your name? I came to save you. Where is this? Aren't you in the... what?
Oh, observation tower. T-O-W-E, yes.
Aren't you in the observation tower? Huh? What just happened? I tried to say observation tower, and my voice completely disappeared.
Where is this? I'm not sure. Where is this? I'm not sure how you couldn't know. This is the witch's cottage by the lake. I found you unconscious outside my door, so I presumed you came here in search of my herbal medication.
Unconscious? Outside her door? Your arm?
What?
This is before she lost her arm. Does that mean I've traveled even farther into the past? Or could this be? You must get yourself far away from this place, Morgana. Better yet, escape to another country entirely.
Where did that come from? I have no means of survival if I leave.
In that case, beware of 2 men who will come to visit you. You must not open the door for them.
What do you mean?
They're a flaxen-haired boy and a swordsman. Why do I lose my voice for all the most important details? Is this really the cottage by the lake?
Take a look out the window and see for yourself.
God, that expression of hers is fucking painful. It's like an expression of, oh my god, it's like, yeah, she's already been through so much hell. Like, she's been fucked up, scarred irreparably. But, like, she's experienced just enough good, and she is in just enough of a safe place in her life right now that she can have this little, like, very, very minuscule, unassuming smile of just, like, obliviousness to how much worse her life's gonna get. Oh my, it's so well conveyed, man. There's nothing there. Nothing outside the window. No, that's not exactly right. A reddish-black fog churns beyond the window.
A pretty lake, is it not? Not that I have any place talking about beauty.
Now I understand. This isn't the real world. Is it your world then, Morgana? Or is it a world within our dreams?
May I ask who you are?
I once spent much time at your side. This is also very strange. It was always you who was talking to me, and now you don't even know my name. Shall we talk for a bit, Morgana?
If you're going to try to convince me to leave, I won't have it. And please watch what you say. There's something very unsettling about your choice of words.
As you wish. In that case, let's talk about ourselves. For so long, I fought to fend off the things you said. Not because I had any particular dislike for you, but because I was afraid of how entrancing the sound of your voice was. I empathized with the feelings seething through your words, and the understanding almost allowed them to consume me. There was a mysterious magnetism to your voice, and as emotionally unstable as I was at the time, I couldn't possibly have withstood giving in to it.
You're saying my voice is unpleasant?
Not at all. It was beautiful, frighteningly so. I want to try again. I want you to tell me about yourself, the things you see and feel.
I will not be telling you or anyone else about myself. Because
they would have to be inhuman to empathize with you. In that case, we can start with me instead. Honestly, I don't want to talk about myself either, because it makes me feel pitiful, worthless. It's a story I would rather pretend never happened. And it's not a story I can tell just anyone.
But you can tell me.
Indeed. I was born into this world female.
What?
From a young age, being a girl felt somehow wrong. And as I grew older, my body developed like a boy's. Not entirely, though. My body is incomplete. I am missing one thing every man is supposed to have. The change drove my mother to madness, and she hid me away, for I was unfit to be in the presence of others. That was when I was 14 years old, and that marked the end of any semblance of normalcy in my life. Morgana, you once told me that our fates were decided before birth, both yours and mine alike. I spent my whole life rejecting that notion, insisting I was a normal person, fighting to prove I was indeed male. But now that it's all over, I think you were right. My fate was always set in stone. And perhaps, if I had stopped trying to fight it, if I had shut up and accepted it, I could have lived a longer life.
I could have not left Giselle behind.
Do you regret your choice?
No, I do not. No matter what could have been, I had to hold my ground. I had to keep shouting. Because if I hadn't, it would have rendered my very existence meaningless. No matter what misfortune the decision may have brought, I must not regret it. Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unaware support of.
Unaware. That's not at all.
Everyone has some principle, some belief, some fundamental aspect of themselves they must always stand in unwavering support of. Or perhaps must not lose sight of would be a better way to put it.
Sorry if you keep hearing the audio cut out, by the way. I really do need a better capture card eventually.
For if we do, we lose sight of ourselves. For most people, these beliefs have probably been internalized so deeply they aren't even aware they hold them. But what we carry inside us is unique. Difficult for other people to accept, to understand, forcing us to walk a path of solitude and persecution. I believe you genuinely do have miraculous powers. And who knows, maybe your blood is special too, but I think your real power lies in your voice, in its ability to enchant anyone who hears it. But it was something you were born with, not something you asked for. Was it not?
I am a saint and the daughter of God. That is the lot I was given, and that is the path I must walk. If I stray from that path or stop walking, I will no longer be myself. It would make me worthless. We mustn't lament the solitude we were dealt.
Maybe not, but I think that if either of us had had someone, even one person who accepted us, it would have caused us to see the world in a much different light. I know you had people like that, who treated you like a regular girl.
But they're gone now.
And have you never leaned on their memory?
It comes back to me from time to time. But even then, they were different than me. They were so full of kindness, so very human. And while they taught me to experience their joy, not even they could change what I ultimately am. I left my humanity behind far too early in my life. And what about you? Do you have anyone special?
I do.
And do they treat you like a normal person?
She does.
However, you still know that you're different, that you can't fit in with everyone else, that you're abnormal. You do, don't you?
I am very conscious of that fact, that on a fundamental level, I am still gray, and that so long as I am who I am, that will always be so. Nevertheless, her acceptance allowed me to step onto the path she walked, a path wide enough even for me, despite my abnormality.
You are, I expect, only half right about that. You're a man capable of making compromises, with a spirit strong enough to try to walk the path of humanity.
while still being an outsider to it. I could never do that. Someone could be standing there, some ordinary but incredibly kind and accepting person holding their hand out for me, and I don't think I could take it, because I know that if I do, it will only bring more pain. So if I am to take anyone's hand, it must be someone inhuman, someone fundamentally abnormal, and not just mentally or emotionally, but on a deeper level, intrinsically different. Morgana, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could understand even the tiniest bit of my fate. You could do that, couldn't you? And do it. Understand me. Empathize with me. Take some of the weight off my back. Morgana. I have every intention of doing anything I can. But you have to understand, I am not from this time, Morgana. I cannot promise you I will be around much longer. So instead, take as much time as you need to find someone who will accept you, and with them, slowly bring yourself back onto the path of humanity. It will not be easy, I know. Constant fear at the looks people give you, dreading the things they think and feel about you, terrified by the thought they might abandon you at any moment, the ever-present anxiety about whether you're able to fit in with them. But I know you can do it. I know you can bring yourself back to a place you can love, like what you had 4 years ago. You really are. Michelle, you may think talking to my past self can change something, but you're sorely mistaken. Nothing of the girl you see there remains. Poke and prod at the past all you like. It won't change anything, my dear. It's all too far gone to have any effect.